Good morning and welcome to Moxi Monday. I hope you guys can all hear me okay. My name is Elizabeth Glass. If you need to reach any of us on the training team at any time, please feel free to do so. Today is actually going to be very easy and honestly pretty quick. Today I want to show you how you can actually see everyone who is opening or unsubscribing from campaigns, neighborhood news, or listing announcements without having to go into the individual profile. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen right now just so you guys can see. Okay, got a little technology. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. You should be able to see a Moxi Engage screen now. If you can, please somebody jump in the chat and let me know that you can see my screen okay and hear me okay, and then I will continue. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so as you guys know, our CRM, our client relationship management tool, it's Moxi Engage. You put all of your people in there. This is where you can send campaigns out. You can send listing announcements. You can send out sold announcements. You can have campaigns go out and you can email them directly from within Moxi as well. But some people might not see some of the features where you actually are able to click to see where the interaction is. You probably know that if you go into an actual client portfolio, you can see it there, but you maybe not have known where you can see everybody all at once. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm actually in one of our agent profiles here in Moxi Engage. So I just clicked on Engage. And then what loads is the dashboard. So this is the total overview of everything that's happening within the account, from the goals section, breaking it down into stats. This tells you who to reach out to based off the intuitive nature of the product. It kind of knows who you need to go communicate with based off activity. It tells you who's in what sales flow. It connects with your calendar, all the good stuff, right? Okay, so this is where you might have seen before this activity feed. So let's just say you have a couple hundred people in your CRM and you're sending them all neighborhood news and you're giving them campaigns and listing announcements. And you saw this, you thought, okay, this is great because it does tell me that these neighborhood news were sent, the emails were sent, and then over here, it would also tell you that 4 people opened your campaign or 7 people opened your neighborhood news. But this part wasn't clickable, so you may not have realized that there is somewhere else where it is clickable. This is just meant to be the overview page. So I'm going to show you right now where to find all of it so you can get a very quick glimpse of everything that's happened. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the People, My People tab, and I'm going to load the actual contacts that are in here. And first, I'm going to show you what you probably already know, and that's how if I get into an actual client portfolio here, I can see all the activity for that specific person. So I'm going to start there first, then I'm going to go out and show you everybody. Okay, so I have myself in his portfolio here so that I can show myself as example. So when you have a contact and Engage, they all get each contact gets their own portfolio. So as you can see, this is the one that I've created for myself in this agent's account. If I come in here to the activity tab, it shows everything that's happened throughout the duration and life of this account, as long as I've been a contact in his CRM. And it will go as far back as it needs to. So as you can see in here, it says everything from the campaign email was sent out, and it specifically says which one was sent out, and you can click on it and see it. It says there was a presentation that was emailed to this person, to this sphere contact. You can click on it and see it. If you send out a specific individual email up here through emails to this person, it actually can give you a glimpse of what some of that email said in there as well. So your campaigns and all that stuff shows here as well. And it's even timestamped, which is great, date stamped. So you can see the activity. But obviously this is just one person. And sometimes I need to know on an overall basis how many people are engaging with my total overall sends versus just one person, because I'm not going to go in here one by one by everybody. So this is where we're going to show you next. We're in Engage, but instead of being in the People tab, we're going to jump over here to the Campaigns tab, okay? This is where you have all of your campaigns that are running. So we have pre-built campaigns from our company. We've got pre-built campaigns from the brand themselves. And for those of you who have never been here yet, this is going to be empty and you're going to see nothing because it's going to be empty until you add campaigns to your campaign center from our library. Our library is right up here. So this is where we have all the campaigns, the pre-made campaigns, where you select them and pull them over here to your front page. Once you pull them over here, you can then set them up and start sending them out. Now, what happens after that is it starts to actually then break it down. So you can start seeing the analytics, the numbers. Let's see how your work is benefiting you. Right here, if you see right here is a 2022 seasonal home maintenance campaign. I'm actually, instead of able to just think I just shot it out there and I have no concept of who's opening it and receiving it or whatever, I can actually see the percentage of open rate, which is actually very good for a typical email type like this. And I'm able to literally click right here on here where it says 217. And not only does it tell me the person who opened it, so the client, so this could be a client you have in your CRM, this could be a sphere lead that you've never even talked to before. It shows it here. And if I literally clicked on it, it will then take me to their actual client portfolio. The reason this is important is because if you're starting your day with tea or coffee or whatever it is, and you're looking at your calendar, Engage is where you should be going every day. This isn't just meant to engage with your clients. You are meant to engage with Engage. When you do this, and I'm jumping in here and I'm saying, okay, these are the people that are opening my correspondences, then these are the people I want to focus on more than the others that are not interacting. The same thing applies right here. I can see the unsubscribes. So if I'm coming in here and I'm clicking on these 14 people from this whole campaign series, it'll tell me not only the name, but again, I can click on it and go right in here. So let's just say as an example, you have somebody on a couple of campaigns and you have them on neighborhood news. You have to understand that if they unsubscribe themselves to a campaign, okay, so this specific campaign, when they receive this in their email and they unsubscribe it, they unsubscribed from this campaign. It doesn't unsubscribe them from Moxi Engage in total. So if I have them on a different campaign, they're still going to get the other campaign just because that's kind of how it works in the system. So for me to just be a good gauge of working and looking over my sphere, I probably would not have the same person on multiple campaigns for that purpose. And because they really don't need that much communication from me. So you can pick and choose what you want them to have. We have had some people that put just trying to put all their apples out there. They put people on every campaign and neighborhood news and listing announcement. That's too much. You don't want to do that. You kind of got to pick and choose, cherry pick. So this one allows you to look here on unsubscribes really quickly. And granted, this number is, tallied up from the duration of the life of this account. So 14 unsubscribes when it's a 12-month seasonal plan is actually really, really good. So this helps you just jump in to see if maybe if you are the person that put a whole bunch of people on every campaign, come in here and unsubscribe them from the other ones just for due diligence to that person and yourself. So that's the campaigns. So that's that. Up here, neighborhood news. Now, many of you will actually mass connect people to neighborhood news. So like when you're in Engage, you'll click on all their names at once and put them all on neighborhood news. So this is how you can actually check your individual interaction, which is really wonderful. So again, we've got the analytics and the data, so you can kind of see how your time is working for you, your unsubscribe rate, your click rate, your open rate, etc. But again, we actually have the person who is opening it. So you're contacting here. So it says in here it was sent. Okay, so right in here, it's showing that this neighborhood news was sent to AJ. And right over here, it's showing it's sent, but then it actually shows who's physically opening it and what they're opening. And the reason this looks like this is because when you are doing neighborhood news, if you're doing a specific, like a custom one, then it's going to have a specific name to it. So for example, this one right here, these are the zip codes that he had sending out for this particular person based off their specific request. So you'll see these different names in here as well. But again, it's the same concept where if you see it's clickable here, I can click on it and go to that person's account. Again, I'm prioritizing my effectiveness of my time because I'm using the information in front of me to click and communicate with the people who are open to communicating and receiving my communication in this fashion. So that's your neighborhood news. And we're actually almost done here. So that's how easy today was. I wanted you guys to come in here and see where you can get all this information. Next is your listing announcements. For those of you who don't know, because this is connected to the MLS automatically, it will actually, when you put in a listing in the MLS, it will automatically generate a listing announcement for you. And if you choose to subscribe people to your listing announcements, you will actually have them automatically receive your listing announcements without you doing anything further than putting them in the MLS. So you put it in the MLS like you normally would, just a standard listing, you enter it in. The system is intuitive, it pulls it out, it creates the listing announcement, and then go ahead and sends them out to all the people that you have added to that listing subscription campaign. So what you can see here is I actually have my campaign subscriptions here, and it's also broken into 2 categories because it also does another thing. When you have then marked your product or your property as sold for that contact in the MLS, it will feed through into your Moxi system and then also then subsequently generate a just sold announcement to then also go out to people that you have subscribed yourself to your sold announcements. So this is now giving you that breakdown. Here's how many just sold versus how many just listed. And again, I've still got my numbers, my analytics to see how my time's working for me. We're looking at a 72% open rate. That's pretty darn, that's actually incredible. So this kind of tells me that the system is working. He's using it and we have interaction and he's having some reception from it and his business is building. And then down here, you'll also see as well, in here, it'll say, I opened it or somebody unsubscribed. So as you can see in here on the neighborhood news or in the listing announcements, just the same as it says who's opening it and engaging with it, it also tells you who unsubscribed as well. So, okay, if you are the person that didn't realize and you kind of have people on many things, and someone says, well, I unsubscribed, why are you still sending them to me? This is where you're going to go to check it out. And then you're able to see, okay, you know what? He did really, truly unsubscribe. And so now what I'm going to do due diligence and then click on his name and go right into his account and unsubscribe him, take him off neighborhood news or listing announcements. We have too many people that want to get it from you to take time away from that, still sending it to people that don't need to get it from you or just not in the right mind frame at this time. So that's really all I wanted to cover today. Seems pretty simple, but it's such an important basis of you running your business effectively that I thought it was super important. So kind of as a recap here, if you are in Moxi Engage and you go to dashboard, this is just the overall of everything that's happening with all of your contacts so you can see it at a quick glance. So as right now, me and you are talking or we're sitting on the same call, we have scheduled ourselves for this. Every single morning, I would schedule myself to come in and look at what my engagement is, just like I'm going to set up my day on my calendar. I'm going to get a good idea of the action that's happened by starting on my dashboard, but then I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to go straight to campaigns and I'm going to look at what my activity has been for those campaigns by clicking on my campaigns. And then coming down here when this populates in a second, I'm going to click on where it says the people that have opened it are, and then I'm going to see who's opened it to see what next step I should take with those people. Same thing applies for neighborhood news and listing announcements. I'm going to do the same for those. So all three of them, which actually there's 4 because it's campaigns, neighborhood news, listing announcements, and sold announcements. All of them also show the unsubscribes and it's clickable to see who's unsubscribing. So it just makes it really effective for you to just see how you're doing in your business. That's pretty simple and it's pretty easy. At a different Moxi Monday, I'm actually going to show you guys how to permanently remove somebody out of here and to do it the right way so that you guys can know how to get somebody out of here effectively so they're not going to be engaging in any emails at all. But for right now, if anybody has any questions, you can go ahead and go into our chat box and ask them. But again, like I mentioned, if anytime you have any further questions or issues, you can reach out to anyone on our training team. You can reach out to your ASC or your local RSC or any of the trainers in your local area as well. My name is Elizabeth Glass, and I think we are all set. I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of your week and do great wonders when you're working in your CRM to really help your business and help your family. I hope you guys have a great day today. That's it. Have a good one. See you guys at a different time. Bye.